Good morning, students. Now, from this lecture, we are going to start the next part of Extension 111, that is educational psychology. After the last lecture, we have covered all the topics related to rural sociology. Now, educational psychology. Okay. So, the first topic under the educational psychology is the educational psychology. That means, under this topic, we are going to discuss the meaning, definition, scope, and importance of educational psychology. In exam, there will be question define educational psychology and explain the scope and importance of educational psychology. Now, first of all, we will see the meaning of psychology. What is the psychology, and then we will deal with the educational psychology. Okay. So the word psychology is derived from Greek word psycho, that means soul or self or particular person, and logos means a study of a science. So it is the study of a scientific study of soul or a self or a particular individual. So psychology is the study of a life of a person. Aristotle gave birth to the psychology. So Aristotle can be referred as father of psychology. Now, according to the Rudolf Gogel, in his book of psychology, he firstly used the word psychology. The William James, according to William James, the psychology is the science of mental life of an organism. In 18th century, it is considered that psychology is the science of a mind. According to James, it is the science of consciousness. Consciousness means when we are taking care of a particular aspects. In that situation, we are mentally involved in that particular aspect. So consciousness means काळजी घेणे. Okay. Then, according to McDowell, he says that psychology is the science of man, positive and empirical. Positiveness, empiricalness, impact, the study of all that things are come under the psychology. Nowadays, it is considered that psychology is the science of human behavior. Okay. Now, actually, what is the definition of psychology? So, psychology is the mental activity of organism, with the idea that mental activity is nearly same as behavior or as adjustment to the environment. Basically, it is the study of mental activity of the organism. Mental ability of organism. We are going to study the mental ability activity of the organism under the psychology. But the idea behind that studying the mental activity of organism is that mental activity which we are going to be carried out is nearly same as the behavior which we are going to follow. That means the behavior which we are going to do, that means the actions which we are going to do, that actions, that behavior, that physical activity is the response of our mental activity. That is the mental activity, it is the response of your thinking, it is the response of your knowledge. Whatever the knowledge which you have, whatever the thinking which we are going to carry out, according to that thinking, according to that knowledge, we are trying to carry out the behavior in a society. And by studying the behavior of that individual, we are indirectly going to study the mental activity of the organism. So it is said that it is the study of mental activity of organism, but with the idea that mental activity is nearly same of the behavior of the individual. Another one, it is the scientific study of human behavior, his adjustment and relationship. Whatever the behavior we are going to do, whatever the adjustments which we are going to be follow while living in a particular situation, and which kind of relations we are trying to maintain with other people. By that way, we are going to study the behavior, that whatever we are going to do the study, that is nothing but the psychology. So study of behavior, his adjustment, his relationship, all that includes into the psychology. So that is the psychology. Now we are going to deal with the educational psychology. It is the one of the branch of psychology. Now educational psychology is defined as a branch of psychology which studies the behavior of learner in relation to his educational need and environment. It is only focusing on the educational setting. Under this branch, the study of behavior of learner or study of behavior of learner or student is going to be carried out. But that behavior is going to be studied in a response to or related with the education need of the individual or environment of that particular individual. According to that, the psychology of the individual is going to be studied. So, it is the branch of psychology is study the behavior of learner, not an individual, learner or students. And in relation, कशाशी related in relation to the educational need and his environment. According to Skinner, education psychology is a branch of psychology which deals with the teaching learning process. It only focusing on the teaching learning activity, teaching learning process. That is the education psychology. According to Crow and Crow, it describes and explains the learning experience of individual from birth to old age. Learning experience, that means whatever thing we are going to be learn from our childhood to old age. That learning experience are nothing but your educational psychology. So that is about the educational psychology. Mostly it is going to be, this definition is going to be asked in an exam. Educational setting. Educational psychology is the study of individual in educational setting. Okay. Now the next part of this topic is the scope of educational psychology. In exam there will question define educational psychology, explain the scope of educational psychology. Okay. So educational psychology is the science of education which deals with the problems of teaching and learning. Basically in definition we are discussing, it focuses on teaching learning process. That means it deals with the problems of teaching learning process which are occur. It helps teacher to modify learner's behavior and bringing all-round development in his personality. It helps teacher to modify the learner's behavior, modify or change the student's behavior, and bring all-round development in his personality. So for bringing development of the learner, students, his personalities, this branch is trying to carry out its work. The scope of psychology is limited to teaching learning process. That means it only focuses on teaching learning process. That is studying the behavior of learner, satisfaction of educational needs of the students, of the learners, and all-round development of their personality. So these three areas you try to focus under the teaching learning process. Also, for improving the teaching learning process, the product of teaching learning, the basic question must be attended. If you want to improve or if we want to do the teaching learning process effectively, we need to answer the basic questions, which are that who is being taught and by whom. Who is being taught? What is the educational level of the students? And what is the educational level of teacher? So we must have answer of these questions. Okay. Why education is provided? Why I am going to teach this topic to you? Basically, I have told you because this on this topic there is a question in exam, and you must be aware about the psychology. Okay. What is to be taught? That is the content, subject matter, which is going to be taught. How, when, where these learning experiences are satisfactorily provided. Whatever the learning experience, that is whatever the education we try to impart to the students, where it will be effective, whether it will be effective in a classroom, practical lab, on farms, field, where it can be effective. So that the place. And the education psychology seeks to, these are the basically questions. If you are able to answer these questions and according to that answers, if you are able to carry out the educational activity, then that teaching learning process will become effective. And educational psychology seeks to provide satisfactory solution answers to this question. Educational psychology try to find out the answers of this question. Seeks to provide, that means it try to focus on finding the answers of all these questions. So there is large scope for educational psychology. Okay. The scope of educational psychology also include, it helps to assess, to find out intelligence level of the individuals, ability, aptitude, teaching of that particular individuals. All these things can be assessed, can be evaluated through educational psychology. It tries to understand the problems of backwardness of the individual, maladjustment of the learner. Maladjustment, suppose if he is going to make a copy, cheats, why he is going to do? If he is going to say a lie, why he is lying? So like that way, that maladjustments we are able to assess with the help of educational psychology. It also support functioning of child guidance clinic, special school for handicapped children, standardized test placeways. So these activities are supported by the educational psychology. So by that we can say that there is a large scope for educational psychology. Main thing, it is going to focus on a teaching learning process. If you want to make teaching learning process more effective, there are certain questions. The answers of that questions we can get through the education psychology. And third part in a scope, that is this one. It helps in developing all these assessment tests. So there is large scope for education psychology. Now another part of this topic, that is the importance of educational psychology. Importance is also going to be asked in exam. So it discovers the general laws that explains the behavior of human being and helps controlling and directing the human activity. It discovers the general laws, means it tries to find out the general statements which explains the behavior of human being. If, for example, if an individual is going to say a lie, खोटं बोलते, by his behavior, by his action, we are able to find out that particular person is lying. We are able to do it. Likewise, that we try to find out a general law, general rules. By that way, we can able to find out the behavior of the individual, why he is going to behave like that way. It helps in controlling and directing the human activities. Whatever the activities we are going to be carried out, that human activities are going to be controlled, are going to be directed with the help of educational psychology. It helps in understanding the complex and difficult activity of adult. If particular adult or if particular individual is behaving differently, why he is going to behave like that way? We are able to find out the reason of that particular individual. Educational psychology helps in finding out environmental stimulation that produces certain type of behavior. Environmental stimulation, that means a motivation. We are able to find out the motivation. With that motivation, we are able to stimulate the individuals to carry out a particular action. मग त्याला स्टिम्युलेशन कसं देता येईल, तो व्यक्ती चांगल्या पद्धतीने काम कसं, there's a reason. We are able to find out that reason, motivational factors. By that way, individual will come forward and try to carry out the particular activity. It helps in analyzing the feelings and emotions of the individuals. We are able to analyze the feelings of the individuals, emotions of the individuals. It enables to trace the modification of activity due to learning from childhood to adulthood. That means it helps to trace means find out how the changes are going to be carried out in individuals from childhood to old age. And according to that changes, we are able to satisfy the needs of that particular individuals. It helps to develop the method to measure the activities and abilities of the individuals. Which kind of activity he is able to do, that particular individual is able to do, which kind of abilities that particular individual have, that we are able to assess, that we are able to find out with the help of educational psychology. Also, it helps to understand the farmer as a being in a proper sense. In case of extension, what is the importance? So, we are able to find out, understand the farmer as a human being, and accordingly, we are going to deal with the farmer. It is possible to find out the cause of narrow-minded in a human being and why he is going to stick up to the old practice. Narrow-minded means why he is going to follow a particular thinking, a particular attitude, why he is not going to change his attitude, why he is negative, why he is trying to stick up with the old practice. So that reason we are able to find out with the help of educational psychology. It helps to understand the doubts, lack of confidence, factors affecting motivation, emotions, and facing the problems. All these things we are able to assess with the help of educational psychology related to particular person. It gives knowledge about the learning process. Whatever the learning process we need to carry out, the theory regarding that learning process we can get through the educational psychology. And according to that theory, we are able to carry out the learning process in individuals. It helps to find out the intelligence level of the farmers or individual. Differences which are useful in deciding the approaches, method to be used in dealing with the farmers. Which kind of technique we need to follow so that farmer will learn it. Which kind of practice we need to follow, which kind of teaching method we need to follow so that farmer will come forward and try to learn that particular aspects. So that we are able to find out. Also, it gives knowledge about the abilities of human being. Which activity, which skill that individuals have, that we are able to find out. It helps in making extension program more effective by giving knowledge about the sense of experience. By that way, with the help of education psychology, we can get the need, interest of the people. We can find out the motivating factors behind the farmers, and by that way, we can make our extension program, extension activity more effective, so that farmer will come forward and try to adopt the new practice. It tells the person who behave differently than other is mentally sick and need your sympathy and treatment. If a particular person behaving differently, it tells us why that particular person is mentally sick and he need your sympathy. He need your treatment, proper treatment, so that that person will behave normally in a inverse. So these are the points which try to explain the importance of educational psychology. So in exam, you need to prepare for the scope and importance of educational psychology. So that is the first topic under the educational psychology part. Okay, thank you.